Importance of a secretary. So in this modern era, the secretary and their duties has a greater status and importance in any organization. So here we are going to study about the importance of a secretary. So the first part is expert advice and guidance. The secretary advises the superiors on various important issues and assists in finalizing decision on various issues. The views, observations and opinions of the secretary are always considered valuable while taking any appropriate policy decision. So here the secretary's another job or a function is to provide advice or guidance to the superiors, means their bosses. With the help of the guidance by the secretary, the superiors can take business decisions which can help them to achieve success. So the secretary provides perfect or correct guidance as per the requirement of the management and also helps the company or the organization to grow in future. Then administrator. Routine duties like office management, documentation of important issues, attending visitors, etc., are handled by the secretary efficiently. So even all this routine work are done by the secretary on behalf of their employer. Secretary also handles the executive duties like assisting policy formulation, means making some policies, preparation of plans, supervision on execution of plans. So secretary will also see that all those plans which were made are properly executed, are being properly done or not. Even that is the duty of the secretary. Then custodian of secret information. See, this word secret, confidential is coming again and again. So it is one of the most important aspect of any secretary. So secretary guards the secrets of the organization and does not disclose it to anyone unless required and authorized to do so. Secretary is referred to as confidential officer. So this is one of the main functions that a business expects from the secretary, is to not disclose any information about the business to third party. Okay, you can disclose it, but there are certain conditions. Only if there is some serious problem arises in the business and government demands certain data, at that time secretary has to provide data to the government or its offices. Then correspondent. Secretary conducts correspondence with members, directors, banks, insurance companies, registrar, government authorities, customers, etc. So here correspondence means communication. The communication can be from the company's side and they can also receive the communication from outside, but all this work will be handled by a secretary. So secretary has to write letters, you have to draft various articles or letters on behalf of the company. Then legal compliance officer. Secretary has to perform various statutory duties. Secretary has to maintain books, registered, etc. as prescribed by Companies Act 2013. So all the works or all the work or the function done by the secretary should be according Companies Act 2013. They have to maintain certain books, register, etc. All these things should be as per the law. Secretary has to file returns, documents with proper authorities within the stipulated time. So the secretary has to ensure proper and timely legal compliance in all activities of the organization, like filing return means filing income tax return and everything. All these things must be handled by the secretary. Then conducting meeting. The secretary carries out formalities which are required to be undertaken before, during and after the meeting, which includes preparation of agenda, sending notices, means sending notice to those people who you want them to attend the meeting. Then preparing minutes. Preparing minutes means writing the entire meeting in a proper way, what was discussed, who said what, everything will be mentioned in a separate book by the secretary known as minutes. Means it contains all the details about the meetings. Then next is link between management and staff. Now management and staff cannot communicate with each other directly, so they require a person in between. That person will be a secretary. So a secretary acts as a link between management and staff of the organization and helps in effective communication. Then last point here is about fulfillment of secretarial standards and secretarial audit. Secretarial standards and audit aim at checking whether the company is following to the legal and procedural requirements. Now about this importance we are going to study in detail in chapter 6, where we will study about all the legal formalities. So this was the importance of a secretary.